Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Henrry Chan, and today we're going to be talking with fellow artist and producer himself, Gior. Gior grew up in Hollywood, Florida. He is a producer now who has been producing for about a year or so. He mainly enjoys to work with fellow producers and as well as himself. He's been doing this for over a year now, and he originally started creating beats and music production on BandLab. He from there on transferred into he mentions Logic, and he is one of our fellow hip hop artists, and today we are going to be interviewing him. Hello, Gior. How are you? How are you doing today?
Pretty good. How are you, Henry?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. So, just to begin with, talking about, I guess, music production and hip hop, and as a producer, what mainly brought you into this? Like, what were like your dreams or like influences, or what really brought you into becoming a producer or wanting to like get into it?
When I was in Florida, I had some friends. They were rapping. They were making beats themselves. I didn't get back. I didn't get into it then, but that it was really fun. Like being around that whole vibe, shooting music videos with them.
Oh, really?
And then when I moved to LA, I met another group of friends. They also started. They're a producer and artist and like that. That's how I kind of started being around other creators and other artists. And slowly, I just started doing my own thing.
What you've been working with, what you find to be very interesting to you. How would you describe your own like music and I guess the beats that you're working with?
Yeah, the beats I like working with are definitely trap beats on the trap side, with a mix of like EDM, some EDM drums,
Yeah.
synths. I like a lot of synths in my beats. So feel like really getting that feeling.
I get you.
When I listen to a beat, I first try to feel it, you know?
Yeah. So, talk me through the going through it. I guess the process of figuring it out, like what you want. Like, what do you mainly start off with, or is like there a sequence into how you find out how you want to get a specific sound, how you make it want to feel? Is there like a specific emotion behind it, or can you talk me through that?
I mean, it really depends.
Mhm.
There'll be times where I don't know, something will pop in my mind, or something I would remember something that happened a while ago, or something that just now happened. Whether it's like offsetting, or it got me angry, or whatever it is, it's rubbed me the wrong way, or something, or maybe something that made me happy. I don't know. I just put that into the song. I write my ideas down, listen to some beats, and try to see what words I can come up with based off the ideas that I've written down ahead of time.
So it's all mainly like about what you're feeling in the moment and like what really goes on. Maybe you feel something in the moment, a certain emotion, or you recall maybe a personal experience, and then from here on you just build on from it, and you begin to have a steady workflow is what I'm understanding.
Yeah, pretty much. Like I just finished a song last night or 2 nights ago. Basically, like something simple, like learning how to say no, right? Like a lot of people don't know how to say no, and I just implemented that whole idea into the song.
Almost as of right now, especially for you. And you mentioned you only have 1 year, so you've been really working on, I guess, your artwork and your sound and what you really want to be doing. Going forward into the future, is there anywhere you see yourself, like in let's say 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, any artists you might be wanting to work with, or how do you see yourself like in the future, man?
Yeah, in the future, I mean, obviously I see myself on stage, but long run, I plan to mix everything that I have a passion for into one. So there's music, there's cinema, and there's fashion. There's a couple other things. I want to blend it all together and create like a spectacle for people to see. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you mentioned spectacle. What I'm understanding as well is that you're very tapped into like these, I guess, very diverse aspects. You mentioned music. You also mentioned film production in like the beginning, or I guess in terms of like music videos. And then you also mentioned, I guess, clothing. Do you see this all like as part of like, I guess, your lifestyle, and then just using it on in the future, and I guess just passionate more on, right?
Yeah, definitely. This is all part of me. This is everything that I've been doing since I was little. So I want to put it all together, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you. I can really tell that you're like a person who likes to explore a lot of different areas in your life. You like to, I guess, set your own trend for yourself. And I think that as an artist, I think that's really gonna get you somewhere. It's mainly about how an artist stands out, and I think you have all the qualities for that, man. Even though you're starting really, I guess your career is at an entry level, I definitely see you going somewhere from here on. And now about the hip hop era and the hip hop industry, how do you think hip hop itself has like made a current impact on the state of the world?
Yeah, I feel like hip hop gives a voice to the people, right? The people that we rarely hear. It's become like a global movement, influencing fashion, language, politics, social injustice. You see, I mean, even like growing up, it will be like hip hop will be like in my classrooms too. It changes cultures, it pushes norms. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It isn't just like shaping music; it's shaping how people like understand society and the world.
Yeah, you mentioned I guess you mentioned how music or hip hop in general is like changing the world in terms of I guess politics, standards and norms. I don't know if you've heard of the Nas album, the Nas Illmatic album, I believe. Just like you mentioned, it's exactly what you said. It's changing politics, it's impacting the world. As we see in this album from Nas, for example, he really talks about like all the social injustices that are currently going on in the world, what he sees in his neighborhood, what he sees when he experiences growing up. And do you think, I guess for your music and in music production, do you see yourself, I guess, doing the same thing, or like, I guess talking about what you saw growing up in like your own hometown, or like enhancing that into your own music production by any chance?
Yeah, definitely. Right now, yeah, mainly I talk about like personal experiences, not much about what's going on in the world, but in the future, that's something I would definitely tap into.
Yeah, and you mentioned as well like how I guess hip hop is impacting people's lives and everything. Do you think hip hop impacts your life like on a day-to-day basis?
Yeah, definitely. Depends on what I'm going through. Listening to a specific track would, make me have like a different perspective or make me feel better about whatever's going on. So yeah, I would definitely say hip hop definitely, impacts my day-to-day life, other people's day-to-day life.
Yeah, so just like you mentioned, I think it does like impact, like you said, it impacts your day-to-day life, like what you're hearing, how you might tap this into your own personal music. I would say it goes the same thing for everyone else. Hip hop is really the genre where a lot of artists and a lot of, I guess, people can express themselves, how they're feeling, what they're going through, and they can really just talk their day-to-day lives on. And I think that's why it's so big, because there's like for different artists and different people just to express themselves on a day-to-day basis. And this way people just like, I think it's one of the main reasons why a lot of people love the genre of hip hop, because of the way it's growing and the way people, I guess, choose to express themselves. Another question is, do you think hip hop should be an inclusive or exclusive genre?
I think it should be an inclusive genre. As long as, whoever is picking up the art has respect for the culture and its roots and its contributions, throughout history. Hip hop started like a voice for marginalized communities back in the day. So opening the door to more people to create and participate can help the genre, evolve and keep it going. So it's not like a dead type of genre of music that just falls off. But, inclusivity shouldn't erase the history or the people that actually built this culture. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you.
It should be more like a balance, open arms, but like a firm foundation of authenticity of.
Yeah, and I agree with you. Just like any other genre, I think it should be open doors and it should be diverse of the people who are making music, not just in the hip hop industry, but like as well as other genres and other industries. You also mentioned that it's also important to like preserve the roots and the findings, like the people who originally set the genre, why they set it for. And obviously back in the day, they were all focused on hip hop was mainly used to express their what was going on in the world and how they felt at the time. And I guess because of this, do you feel like hip hop has another meaning to you, or like because of like past conflicts, or even now in the future, like how do you feel like it makes hip hop feel and mean to you? What does it mean to you?
Hip hop is like therapeutic to me.
Yeah, I guess.
It's like a creative outlet, and I've always surrounded myself with creative things, and I've always put myself in my own room. I didn't really go out or whatever. I just focus on myself, trying different things. So it's just like one of those other things I use as like therapy, like just talking the truth. Like I can just like say what I want in the most raw way. Like a mirror reflecting what's happening around me. It's like a place where I can find myself without a filter, my struggles, my joys, my questions, what's going on, with the people around me. Hip hop is like a way of just navigating life,
Yeah, and I agree with you. I think hip hop is like a way of navigating life, like you mentioned. I guess speaking truth, like a lot of artists, they speak truth into like their lyrics. They're saying what they're experiencing on a day-to-day basis, how they're feeling, their own personal struggles. And I'm beginning to understand that you feel the same way about this. In your own, I guess, production and in the way you make music, you say like what you feel. And I think it's important to like not lie about what's going on and be very honest with yourself, not just in your own personal life, but like in your own music as well. I agree with that a lot. And what I'm understanding is that hip hop in a way helps you. It helps you in your own personal life, and it's a way of, I guess, relieving stress of like your own personal issues and everything that's going on. Another question I have for you is, what in your perspective makes a great hip hop record? What makes it maybe stand out? What makes it interesting? What makes it more propelling to the audience? Or how would you say, in your perspective, makes a great hip hop record?
Like I said, whenever even like I'm making something, I first have to feel the beat. And then I gotta put the words together, whatever ideas in my mind. It could be just like one word that I told you no, right? I feel like hip hop records hit in three different, like the heart, the body, and the mind. So if you like tap into any of those, Lyrically, it has to say something, either like a story, some sort of concept, or like a feeling. Musically, the beat has to carry some emotion and like energy into it. Overall, the record needs to be also authentic too. When a song feels real, listeners can connect to it like 10 times more. Like even though they haven't actually lived or been in like that person's shoes for like a very short couple minutes, they can feel like they were in their shoes.
Yeah, I get you. So you, for like in your perspective, of what makes a great hip hop record, you reflect that of the human body, especially the head, the body, as to the mind and soul, and you reflect it into that of music, I guess. Like you said, the beat has to like have a sort of emotion to it. You said, right? And I think that's also very important. It reflects the honest truth about people's emotions, and like you also mentioned, I guess the beat itself, it sets the standard for everything else that comes through it.
Right.
And do you feel like that in any chance, I guess, like affects how the audience might feel, or how they might perceive the record or the song or anything just in general?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. So the beat is supposed to make you feel some sort of way. It could be very high energy and makes you just turn up, or it could be something mellow or something that makes you like think. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so like you mentioned, it makes you feel like a certain way, and you also mentioned in the beginning that your music consists like of a, I guess you said, like an EDM sort of feeling. Is there like a specific I guess behind your own music that you want people to experience or people to feel when they're listening to your specific music, I guess?
My music is very experimental, so it ranges from everything. I mean, either I make songs for people to turn up and rage to, or I make songs for people to just like vibe in the car and fucking spark up a joint and just fucking chill to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so I'm understanding that you like to experience a lot. You like to explore into what you can do to your capability, and in terms of your own music, you want to have a diversity of feelings and emotions for, I guess, the audience to really understand, and I guess at that point, like, just feel a mixture of different feelings. And this, how did you know that, I guess, hip hop was the right genre to express your own artistic feelings and needs?
Yeah, I mean, besides kind of being surrounded by friends and the people that are already in it, kind of, it's honestly one of the biggest genres that I mainly listened to growing up, one, and two, is probably one of the first genres that kind of made me feel like understood. Growing up, the beats and the stories reflected like my own environment and my emotions, whatever I was going through. When I started writing, the hip hop style allowed me to say exactly what I needed and wanted to say without watering it down or fucking sugarcoating it. It's just raw, flexible, expressive, and it just naturally just became what I do.
Yeah, and like you said, I think that goes for like a lot of artists, a lot of people also I guess producing music. They feel like hip hop is the right genre for them, not only because it allows you to express it just overall in general, it allows you to express like what you're feeling. You also mentioned your own struggles growing up. It allows you to express that, and I think it's just like it's a place for like a lot of artists to first come into, to be able to talk about what they want, about what they feel, and just in general, just to have the crowd, I guess, ongoing. For one of the final questions is, we mentioned this in the beginning, but I guess what are the paramount figures who influenced your work within the realm of hip hop, or like what really like made it stand out? You talked about Kanye, you talk about Kodak, you also talk about a lot of other artists. Can you briefly like explain a little bit more about who influenced you?
Yeah, when growing up, my mom would even play a lot of records in the car. She would play Tupac, Biggie, 50. That's how I kind of got introduced to like that whole old school hip hop.
So I guess growing up, it was really like your mom who set the standard or the set off for hip hop, and she really just introduced it to you. Maybe like I guess you said you would listen to Biggie and other fellow artists. I guess later on in your life, were there any other artists who like mainly inspired you?
I would say he was one of the biggest when it comes to production. He produces all of this stuff. Again, Eminem, 50, other producers and DJs, I would say like, I don't know, DJ Dilla, Dr. Dre, grew up listening to The Chronic. They all inspire me to, push my boundaries, keep my art and work truthful at the same time.
Yeah, you mentioned Yeat as one of the, I guess, influencing artists. Is there anything specifically about him, or is there something that you've seen in him as an artist that you don't see in other artists that I guess makes you have a higher stand for him, or even respect his artwork even more than other artists?
Yeah, he definitely pushed the boundary even further, and especially for the underground. I mean, I'm not trying to talk shit about the past year. I mean, 2016 was like a great year. And then slowly it started feeling kind of repetitive, I think, you know what I mean? And then he came out with this new sound, and you know what I mean? And his new one, SC Kid, So
Mm,
cool.
fellow artists coming up.
Yeah, he's fire too.
Yeah, you
So,
mentioned 2016. I guess what artists were there? Maybe that I guess you shaped. 2016. What I recall is maybe like Ray Mood. They were coming up, very come up, good music. Just personal taste, very
yeah,
good music. What other artists would you recall from I guess 2016?
guys, yeah, them guys. I like Uzi, Cardi,
Uzi, Cardi, great artist, man. Middle.
Trippy, X, rest in peace. I got a chance to see him live one time at Rolling Loud, 2016 Rolling Loud. So
How was that for you, man? How was the experience?
actually, that was my first concert actually, or not my first concert, but my first like big festival. But it was dope. That shit was fire. So,
Was it crazy? Was it crazy, man? I've experienced a couple Rolling Louds by myself, and they're pretty hectic. How
yeah,
would
definitely,
you describe that Rolling Loud for you?
definitely hectic. You put that word down. I feel like 2016 was one of the best lineups Rolling Loud had too.
Hmm.
You know, I mean, all those guys back then. It was fire.
Yeah. Well, there was a lot of I guess people coming up. You mentioned Yee. You mentioned Trippie Redd, Playboy Cardi, Lil Uzi Vert, a lot of artists. We went over about how hip hop has made an impact on your life, on its impact on the world, how it influences people, how it sets its standards, your own personal perspectives on hip hop records. We also mentioned everything that you feel should be in a hip hop record, and we also, I guess, analyzed and described from your scene how hip hop was the right genre for you in terms of, I guess, representing your own artistic expression. You said it mentions a lot of feelings, a lot of emotions, and we also covered some of the, I guess, paramount figures of hip hop growing up for you, and how you were shaped by it, and how everything's affected you, I guess, in the sense of hip hop. Is there anything else you want to add on into this, I guess, interview?
No, just keep creating.
So keep creating, and you mentioned you have a lot of demos, and you have currently 33, and are you excited to keep working, man?
Definitely. I feel like I'm gonna make a big impact.
Well, man, I hope you have the greatest journey ever, man, and I hope you keep growing strong, keep working hard, and keep not just getting inspired by others, but you inspire other people as well, man. And that has been a great raps, and thank you for this interview, man.
I appreciate it, Henry. Good talking to you.
Thank you, man.